All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And for those of you that have been around for a while, you probably know that I'm not a big YouTuber. I've got a small channel. Thanks to all of you guys out there, almost 2,500 subscribers now, so that's pretty good. But I've been doing this for like 4 years or 5 years. It's never been, the big goal or objective to get 100,000 subscribers or do something like this. It's always been something that I've done for fun, and quite honestly, I started doing this in 2019, 2018, 2019, somewhere in there, and just to honestly to deal with depression and anxiety, and creating a YouTube channel doesn't really help with depression and anxiety, but for me, doing photography does, right? So starting a YouTube channel about photography forced me to get outside and do photography, and in the process, you're getting outside, you're getting more vitamin D, you're moving your body more, so it's just win-win-win. So the reason I'm talking about this is, it's a small channel, never my intention or goal to be super huge, but this video that I put out on Wednesday, for me, it is super huge, and kind of blew up, like 2,000, going on 2,500 views, which is a hell of a lot for me, in just a couple of days. Today's Friday, the 23rd. So in just a couple of days, 2,500 views, which is, enormous for this channel. And I think part of the success of this video was obviously the topic, talking about running into a pro photographer, and it didn't go well, so that I think a lot of people connect with that idea. But on top of that, and I think equally as important, was the thumbnail. So in today's video, I just want to take you guys through how I created that thumbnail. Incredibly easy, incredibly fast. I did it with primarily Photoshop and Canva. And honestly, this thumbnail was one of the fastest that I've created I've done 320 some odd videos on YouTube. So this one was one of the fastest, and I think it's probably the most successful thumbnail that I've ever created. So I just wanted to walk through it with you guys today. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. Hopefully it does. And if it does, definitely let me know, drop me a comment. And right now, I'm just going to jump right into Photoshop, and we'll take you through how I created the animated character that was pretty much the star of the thumbnail. And then we'll jump into Canva, and that'll be it. So, all right. Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel, and let's go. All right. So first things first, I did not record this when I initially created the animated character, so I'm trying to recreate it. And Photoshop's not going to let me create it exactly how I did before. But I'll take you through all the steps, and I'm sure we'll get pretty close. And I should also say, I am far from a Photoshop expert. I'm halfway decent at Lightroom. I am a novice at best at Photoshop. So by all means, if there's a better way to do things that I'm doing, please share in the comments. I'm quite certain there are. Alright, having that out of the way, the first thing that I did was just open up a new file in Photoshop, and this is the beta version. I went to the text box next to the generative fill area, and I typed in professional photographer who is super confident. And this was one of the first images that it gave me. This was the second image that it gave me right here, and then the third one was very similar, so I knew what I was going to get, so I decided that I had to change what I was writing into the text field. I then remembered that you had to be super detailed and specific when you're typing in the instructions. So I typed in white male professional photographer who is super confident, arms folded and looking downward with like a mean look or something like that. And like magic, this is what it gave me. And it always gives you sets of 3, so we'll just toggle through. Here's the second one, and there's the third one. Exactly what I typed in, exactly what I asked for. Crazy how this works. I don't get it, but hopefully someday I'll actually learn how to use it pretty well. Knew this was not the look that I was going for. I wanted something more cartoonish and animated, so I typed the word cartoonish in. I mean, to me, this is just crazy. You just type in what you want it to do, and it just spits it out. You can see it's generating. This is real time on a Mac. And there's the first one. Here's the second one. There's the third one. Again, these aren't really close to what I ended up with. Here's the guy that I ended up with. I really like him. It came out pretty good, and I'll tell you what, he might end up being somewhat of a mascot here on this channel. Alright, so here we are now in Canva, and hey, get out of here, buddy. I said you might be a mascot on this channel. So we hit create, and I just chose YouTube thumbnail if you didn't see that. And I'm going over here to uploads. I'm going to do this fast. This is not a tutorial at all. Just kind of showing you guys how I did this. So I had uploaded the PNG file of this animated character earlier. So I just clicked on it and brought it into the canvas. And you'll see here I've got a ton of PNG files of me that I've used through the years. So I'm just going to grab one that I think works, and this one ought to do it. Gonna shrink it down, and that's probably a little too much, but we'll fix that in a sec. I'm gonna flip it so I'm kind of facing the character. Now I want the character to be large and imposing and mean. like our friend was. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of play with this. Canva is so easy to use. If you guys haven't tried that, you definitely need to. It's free. That's all I use is the free version, and there is a ton of different things you can do with it. So here I'm just kind of positioning this. I want my PNG file of me to be in the line of sight, so I'm going to move that. There we go. Now I'm going to move that and get it into the line of sight of our friend here. That's pretty good. You guys kind of looking down, arms folded. I'm not sure what kind of camera that is, but who knows? That looks like a DSLR. This guy out in the woods, he had a mirrorless camera of some variety. Alright, so now I'm going to add the heading. And for a heading, I typically use Impact. That's the font style that I like to use. So obviously the headline is Pro, and now I'm going to go over and select my font. Where the heck is it? There we go. So now that's Impact. Just going to make it a lot larger, big and imposing like my friend. Get this positioned properly the way I like it. Now I'm just going to highlight the letters, and I went to Effects, hopefully you saw that, and I'm going to click on Outline. So now go up here to change the body color, not the outline, the body. I typically like to go with bright red and usually outline it in a bright yellow. kind of, if you're my age, back in the old days, the Ronald McDonald kind of colors. So yeah, that's what we got here. It kind of stands out. I could thicken up the outline, but I think this is fine. I probably had it thicker on the one that I actually used, but for now, for this purpose, this is fine. Now for the subheading, just typed in the word me, period, and I'm going to change that to New Times Roman, just kind of like that font for this subject. Going to drag it into place, and that is a wrap. Oh no, I've got to add the arrow. So just going to go into the elements, and then I clicked on arrows and just chose one. Just going to change the color of it to black, and you can use this little handle to turn it. Just going to kind of position it a little bit. Nice. The black, stands out, pleasing to the eye, points right at the guy. Now I'm going to just click on share and download, and that is a wrap. So it's going to download, and this, at least on my MacBook Air, it's going to send the file over to my downloads folder, and I'll just pull it out of there. Alright everybody, hey, that's going to do it for another video. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it. You all know the drill. Like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And with that, I am your old buddy Double G, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.